Super. Everybody dance to give me super. Oh, yeah, dance to give me super. I say, make me dance to give me super. I said, the roll give me sweeter. You tell me, say, baby, I like Calmie. I said, the dance to give me super. EJ, love. I love the sweet and fast your love. It's your love now, it's your love now, tender. Super and sweet, I'm on the killer. I made the Tracy, I like this here. From an Angra to America. My love for you, baby, no go scatter. You no go scatter, man. You no go scatter. You no go scatter. Everybody dance to give me super. Oh, yeah, dance to give me super. It's just a video. You give me super. Fast man, look it iko set. Machos na matasi zote man ziko met. End of day, Buddha mina die rest. Na kuna wase man, huku ni mapest. Ondokea, ondokea. Ondokea, ondokea. Leo ni leo man, leo ni leo man. Unakama ukislide, unasonga na beat. Sahau yo shida, wesi ndio man. Hiyo si pan. Saka control, chukua control, usi move na them all. Usi move na them all. Chukua kako tu Buddha. Kwenda kivyako, zikwende kivyako. Move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe. Style yako Buddha, kako tu. Cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu. Mnaingia bezati imejaa. Itakuaje ni kubanju tu. Night umona kuna kuzuba. We go hard mbogi inadai. Kumaora kulala hi-fi. Ogopa kiti amka vifiti. Songa na biti kako tu. Pole pole tu. Haste na mabeste nikupate niko kangu tu. Chukua kako tu Buddha. Kwenda kivyako, zikwende kivyako. Move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe. Style yako Buddha, kako tu. Cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu. Flow imejawa seni masweat. Kubanjuka ngoma za kina swat. Zime nice utadhani mbogi imerogwa. Banjuka banjuka banjo banjo banjuka banjo sound imewai, bass imewai, DJ amewai, moves imewai, crowd imewai, hey. Yo, chukua kako tu buda, kwenda kivyako zikwende kivyako, move kama wewe, cheza kiwewe, style yako buda, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu, kako tu, cheza kiwewe, niko kangu tu.
Good morning and welcome to the Calmie African Diary Show. This is the Black Network Media for the 21st century. How are you doing on the 30th day of the month of April? Let me know how you are doing. And of course, chukua kako too, because that is the vibe we are all about. Today on a Friday, chukua kwako is a Swahili terminology that basically means take yours. Of course, this is all about those guys, of course, who simply love, to go party and stuff like that. But irrespective, I trust that you are doing okay. Karibuni sana to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Network Media for the 21st century. And being on a Friday, there's just a lot of things that you can simply get to do being on a Friday. And of course, this is the time that a lot of people, in Kenya, you call it wakati yani unapanga bash, wakati you get to meet with your friends. Bash is basically a party. This is the time that most people are going to party, only for them to resurrect on a Sunday, or some of them, if the party was really too much, this is the time that some of them are going to resurrect on the Monday morning. But of course, thanks to the curfew, there isn't too much parties, but there's still a lot of in-house parties. They say you still cannot restrict. You cannot restrict individuals who are really into parties. They must get to arrange their parties in one way or another. So let me know where you are tuning from. Let me also know what plans do you basically have for this Friday, for this weekend. What plans do you have? As for me, I can say that I just would love to spend some more time with the family. I'll also love to spend some more time doing what exactly? Watching movies, yes, and getting to prepare myself some nice meal that I haven't prepared in the longest time possible. So basically, that is what I'll also be doing come this weekend. And guys, remember, if you might have missed, some of our movies, some of our shows, and just still so glued in the movie, but if you might have missed some of our shows, you can simply get to log onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. And once you are logged in, you can proceed and get to listen to some of the songs that you get to play there. Trust me, it is some, let me just call it, it is some just good vibrations that you do not need to miss. And also another thing, you can get to read some of the blogs there. You can also get to watch some of the movies, some of the videos. Please, somebody, come slit my tongue. You can also get to have, that is to watch some of the shows that you have played, some of the videos. You can get to like these videos. You can get to share these videos. You can also get, of course, to like and subscribe to the network. You can also get to donate to support the stream. We also get to appreciate that. That is by simply logging onto www.blackwoodfirenetwork.com. It is all about, of course, vibing on the highest vibration. And remember, my name is Calmie, and this is the Calmie African Diary Show. And of course, being on a Friday, it is all about entertainment news. Guys, I'm telling you, I cannot get enough of this entertainment news. Of course, it is all about jamming also at the same time, and we are about, of course, to venture more into that. And yesterday I had just done a show, and I just love to hear your views regarding this. I had done a show yesterday, And this was in regards, to the Tokoloshe in amongst the Zulu people, or rather amongst the Hosa community in South Africa. I do understand that different individuals in different communities, they actually, they actually have their own meaning. They actually have, their own unique and weird cultures. But do you think that tokoloshis are actually real? Because I was watching a video on TikTok, and I was so shocked. I was so shocked at and I was so shocked at how, some guy was saying that he's been attacked on a daily basis. He has some scars on his body, and he has been attacked on a daily basis. And this is not the first time that they get to talk about the tokoloshis. And I was like, so these mystical beliefs or thinkings, they actually do get to exist. But I want to know your views regarding regarding this. Do you believe that these mystical things actually get to believe? For some people, there's also the tokoloshi salt. The tokoloshi salt, you can get to put it in your food such that it can get to curb your inner tokoloshi. Okay, this is just becoming even more weirder. You can also use the tokoloshi salt to go ahead and shower with it. You can also get to use it on wounds because it is believed to heal people. Another thing is that you can now get to use the tokoloshi now as something that is alive by sending it to someone you want them to be tortured. And of course, just like in the mystical world, you have to pay this tokoloshi with the soul of your beloved ones. And you are not the one to choose which member of the family you want the tokoloshi to take. It is the tokoloshi that is going to choose from. And it got me thinking, we've been having a lot of deaths. I'm not even talking about the extrajudicial killings and so on, but we have been having a lot of deaths. And I'm like, does it mean that some of these deaths might be due to the tokoloshis, due to the some of that one relative who has you know uh, who has, of course, given into the tokoloshis beliefs and decided that yes, it might be you who's going right down the drain. Let me know how you feel about this, because I found it to be quite weird. And it is not only in South Africa amongst the Hosa community or amongst the Zulu community. Also, in Mozambique, some tokoloshis have been seen. There was one particular image that was trending, but I will not share it because it is more like I can't really share that. I do not want YouTube to block and be like, oh, you posted something new and so on. But apparently there was a tokoloshi, or they are called, dwarf zombies, that was found in Mozambique. And this tokoloshi in particular, they're known to be mischievous. They're known to be actually mischievous creatures. But this tokoloshi, from the image that I am viewing, it is weird. It has been known to be sleeping with the villagers' wives in Mozambique. And the Sangomas in that area did get to catch it. The Sangomas, they're actually more like, let me call them spiritual. I do not want to use the term witchcraft as much as they get to, a term witchcraft in a bad way. But I believe there's the good witchcraft and there's the bad witchcraft. Good witchcraft in that you can use your power to heal someone. Bad witchcraft in that you can't get to use your power and get to hurt others. So this tokoloshi, I believe you might have heard about it, that it has been sleeping with villagers' wives in Mozambique, and it was caught. And from the image, this creature really looks ugly, disgusting. You cannot imagine yourself indulging into anything with it. You cannot imagine yourself, being with it. And one thing that I can tell you about these tokoloshis is that you need to identify a dead body, remove its eyes out, remove its tongue out, and also insert a hot, or rather an iron, into its brain such that it cannot listen to anyone apart from you. So in short, you are its master. Guys, do you believe in the Tokoloshes? And this is some new information that well, I call it new. Perhaps you've heard about it. There's just a lot in the underworld that we really do not know about. There's just a lot in the underworld. You're like, this really gets to happen. Well, we can only get to have a hold of that. You can only get to know that through various research. But personally, I wouldn't be researching in real life, getting to know more about this tokoloshis, because since yesterday when I talked about the tokoloshis, I just kept waking up scared a little bit. I would hear some movements around my house, and I'm like, okay, perhaps that is what I have been talking about today. Perhaps it could be the tokoloshis. I'm just still so disturbed with what I read. But then again, that is what's up. Remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Nature Media for the 21st century. And of course, being on a Friday, let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me also know what are part of the plans that you do have for the weekend. For some people, it is getting to have their own time, getting to cook that food you haven't cooked in a long time. Personally, that is what I want to do. I want to sit down, take a look at my timetable, and be like, I've eaten this, and I think it is high time I get to really like cook myself something, get to appreciate myself. Actually, guys, you should always try your best to appreciate yourself, because if you do not appreciate yourself, then who's gonna do that? No one but you. We are taking a short musical break, but when we'll be back, I'll get to update you on what is happening in the entertainment industry. And remember, this is the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Let's get to jump to some, let's get to jump to some Kaka Kebo, and the title of the jam is She Like It, right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century.
Yeah. Call on the track. Dollar, be my baby, you a freak. Rolling on the right lips, dipping wanna kiss. This time sipping with a good chick, never fits. Shorty got a nice body, let me touch down. Oh, she like it when I touch her body. Oh, she like it. Oh, she like it when I touch her body. Oh, she like it. Lips check, smile check, nothing fake. Lips check, smile check, nothing fake. I like her body, she gon' work with me tonight. I like her body, she gon' work with me tonight. She like it. She like it. She like it. She like it. Baby girl looking fine as face, yeah. When you lost any day, wanna trace, yeah. Shani nice, takukemba kuna kesi, yeah. Takupenda utakumbuka dembezi, yeah. Sitaficha white, don't wanna talk less. Kunijua, tanijua, take timeless. Kukuspoil, takuspoil, got a good cash. Tuta have fun, let me hold that daddy. Niku hold tight, let me call you daddy. Shakupenda chosi, kupini mami. Maris.
Honey girl, let me call you sweetie. You are my sweet and sweet me to love. I can't explain how you make me feel, but I can't say I love this feeling. When I'm with you, I feel complete. A star shining in my world. Call me sweetie, call me sweetie. Call me love, call me love.
She like it. She like it. She like it. She like it.
You like it when you make me smile. Like it when you text me, boy. I like it. You're my only love. I never ever feel alone. When I'm with you, baby, love. Even though you're swallowing me, then you're all you're killing me. Shakupenda, then you're all. Give me you all, give me my heart. Shakubali, give me wako, give me good love, give me true love. I like it, I like it, I like it.
Street vibes, yeah. Bossy banga kaju, tell me color jijo. Bossy banga kaju, bossy banga kaju. And I dey pray for mercy, lago. Shoot my shot and no dey lago. Say you dey feel my paro, baby Komaro. And I dey pray for some model. I get it on with all the models. Body shape, I feel the bottle. I spend it on you like I want the lotto. You should know I'm a go-getter. I'm a shot caller. It make a shit on my all color. And that money put it on your body. Now I gotta say she my baby. Damn, this girl is crazy. Push your ties, baby, your body. This is sweet like honey. Make a nigga throw up all that money. Here you go and I'm up on me. Baby, come with me. Let's take it to the floor. Oh, and I see. Bossy banga kaju. Tell me color jijo. Bossy banga kaju. Bossy banga kaju. Bossy banga kaju. Tell me color jijo. Bossy banga kaju. Bossy banga kaju.
Baby girl, I like the way you are. This is fine. And your biggie bag. Day and night, you dey in my mind. Every time, I dey on your feet early. Baby girl, I like the way you smile. This your and your biggie bag. Day and night, say you dey in my mind. Every time, I dey on your mind. Hey.
Bad girl, do the way you want. Put it up on me on the dance floor now. Bad girl, I love the way you grind. Me, I like the way your booty shake it. Bad girl, would you put it on rewind? Come out with me on the dance floor now.
You come with me, baby girl, yeah, nah.
Bossy banga kaju. Tell me color jijo. Bossy bang.
Welcome back to the Calmie African Diary Show right here on the Black Hot Fire Network Media for the 21st century. Good morning, Keith.
Oh man, my voice is completely gone now. Oh my God. Good morning, Calmie.
Good morning.
Oh, my voice is gone off the damn shows. I need like some kind of
Sorry.
tea. Oh my God. My voice is gone. Oh man.
Sorry about that, Keith.
That's not your fault. All these shows we've been doing. My voice can't stand all these shows.
Mm-hmm.
I need tea to I need hot, warm tea to revive my voice and being out here on the streets on the road. I don't get to get no hot tea. So when I do these shows, my voice goes out.
It's all good. It's all good, Keith. Keith, I was sharing a yes.
Calmie, didn't I hear you say you need someone to pamper you? So you need somebody to pamper you. What about your baby's daddy? Ain't he there to pamper you?
Shut up. No, I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer.
Okay.
Keith, I was now you're making my mind shift. Keith, I was talking about the tokoloshis. Do you believe that tokoloshis do get to exist?
I don't even know what a tokology is. What the hell is that?
It's more like you get to identify a dead body. You get to remove its tongue and the eyes out. Then a special powder will be poured on that body. Then you will send it to someone you want it to torture, and it will torture that person, maybe to indulge in any criminal activity, or it will be torturing them physically for the longest time that you want. And some people in South Africa have actually affirmed that it exists. It has been torturing them. They even have scars. There was one that was caught in
And
Mozambique.
so
Mm-hmm.
you're saying, you're talking about dealing with the spiritual world, which
Exactly.
white people have deemed witchcraft because they can't reach the spiritual world. And black people idiotically have changed, have listened to white people call shit witchcraft when there's no such thing. It's called
Mm-hmm.
actually dealing with the spirit realm. So are there good, are there malevolent and benevolent forces within the spirit world? Of course there are. Some things are positive, some things are negative. That's how the universe works, positive and negative energy.
Mm-hmm.
But the African has evolved so much, I can't really say who. I know when someone knows what they're talking about. I don't know about the Tokoloshis. I would have to research it, whether it's
Mm-hmm.
some bullshit or not. Because sadly enough, the African mind has devolved into ignorance. It's not the African mind from the 5,000 years ago. The African is ignorant. That's just a fact. I don't like to say it. Shout out to Dr. Susan Tata. Said the same thing yesterday on the Pan African Daily Show. It's just a fact. African mind is ignorant. Through colonialization and years of domination, the African is a dummy. That's just a fact. He's ignorant. And white man has took his spirituality and made it spooky for him, and he's devolved into all kind of lunacy. Cutting up chickens and hollering. That's not spirituality. Called witch doctors and all that idiotic ass shit. The African by nature is spiritual. He's closer to the all, closer to the ether, closer to the creator. But he's been made ignorant and afraid of his own tradition. So I don't know anything about the Tokoloshi. I would have to, like I said, I would have to research and see if it's some bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
you know, evolved in nonsense. So I would have to go back and check it out and know
Yeah,
what it is because a lot of
mm,
African spiritual systems, sadly enough, are bullshit
yeah.
because it's evolved so much. And the real shamans, like I told you, Tammy, they went underground. They said when the European came in, the African lost his mind. They can't teach these real secrets to the African. African is a coon. He'll go back and tell white people about how to use these things. And the way the world is designed,
Mm-hmm.
they're using them today. The elite use African spirituality, Cammy, to control the world. While they got
Yeah.
Africans doing religions that don't do shit, they're not real. But the Africans said, well, we got to go underground. We can't teach our people because they'll go back to white people. Here, white dad, let me see what this people taught us. Let me teach you how to do some more of this shit. As African people, you being melanated, melanin is a molecule from the universe, Cammy. Most Africans don't even know about. You got African skin bleaching and using cake soap and all. They don't know that the melanin in their skin is divinity. They don't know the molecule of melanin is God. They got no
Mm-hmm.
clue. The white man knows it. White man knows it. The Asian knows it. They know this. That's why they chop off your testicles and eat them and all this old weird shit. They know that being melanated. That's how you see melanin, Cammy. As I try to teach you guys, it synthesizes light, just like a plant. God is light. That's why they say when you learn about spirituality, information, you say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's enlightened. He gets smarter because of light. Melanin synthesizes light. So that means black people are directly from the ether, Cammy, directly from God, directly from the all. But the
Mm-hmm.
African doesn't know this anymore. He's out there worshiping white people out of that white fake Jesus. Or you make him white or black, you want to make him black. Don't make a difference. He never existed. Or you want to worship a fake white Arab called Muhammad or Allah. Where the fuck you want to call that fake shit? It's a lie. So when the African's mind is now locked down with lies, he's easier to conquer. He's ignorant. And uh, the Tokoloshi, I don't know. I would have to research that to see what are the spiritual teachings. Like I said, Africans are just ignorant. You know, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Shit's crazy to me. And the fact that I got to go to Africa and teach Africans their own traditions makes me mad.
Exactly.
Makes me
Exactly.
angry.
Mm.
Like when I'm in Tanzania and I talk to Africans, they don't know shit about Africa, nothing, because they've been indoctrinated by colonial educational system. I'm like,
That's
what? That ain't even true. It ain't? No. Shit you talk about is not true about Africa at all.
mhm. I
So,
highly. Okay, go on, kid.
it's a, the African is spiritual by nature.
Mm.
The black woman is the most spiritual. That's why she's the most easily destroyed with these religions. You see, she's the most Islamic, she's the most Christianized. Black woman be in that church singing that dumb shit. Black woman to be in that mosque fucking with that Islam because she is the most spiritual. Black woman is the closest to God on the planet. That's why she's got what? Like I told you, the best genetics. These are facts. Not me being racist or making anything up. The black woman is the true reflection of God on the planet. But her mind is completely fucked up. And I mean globally. Black
Correct.
woman's mind is fucked up globally because she doesn't know who she is. That's why when he said, you know, these African traditions to put the woman on the bottom, the African never put his woman on the bottom because the African knew, go back in history, that the black woman was the closest thing to God. He knew this. That was African tradition. You couldn't put down a black woman. That's why Africa's called the motherland, not the fatherland. White people call their countries the fatherland. Africa's called the motherland for a reason. That's African tradition. So they knew the black woman was the closest thing to God, and Africa represents the black woman. So you gotta know your old tradition. It's not called the fatherland, like white people call Germany. It's the fatherland. Say the fatherland for France. The father. Africa is the motherland. Because Africans knew that the black woman was the closest thing to God.
Mhm.
These are
Wow.
African traditions. So now
That
the
is so.
African has put the black woman. Oh, go
Mm.
ahead, Cammy.
Now, I'm just agreeing with you. That is some great statements that you are teaching. You know, every day it is a learning experience. And I agree with you, Keith. Not many, I mean, the black woman's mind is totally beyond being fixed. And, okay, not, of course, not the entire, but majority of it is just
The
beyond.
majority.
Artic-
The majority.
exactly.
And what she thinks, Cammy, if her mind stays messed up, since she vibrates the highest, Cammy, if her
Mm-hmm.
mind's messed up, the world stays messed up. You gotta understand. Shout out to Dr. Mumbai, learn the truth. There's certain laws of the universe that are real. These are called the seven laws of the universe, Cammy.
Mm-hmm.
Vibration and frequency are one of the main laws. If the black woman's mind is messed up, she's vibrating the lowest end. If I keep her mind messed up and her not knowing the truth about herself, whatever she thinks the world is, the world becomes because it goes by her vibration, Cammy. So the main thing
Exactly.
was to take over the black woman's mind. If your mind, they always say the African mind, yeah, the African mind is captured. That's true. Captured is ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
But the black woman's mind is the most important mind on the planet. If her mind is fractured and she doesn't know who she is, she worships lies. It
Mm-hmm.
puts the world in a perpetual state of chaos because she vibrates the highest. That good vibration of yes, Africans talk about vibration, but doesn't understand the thing about vibration. Vibration is how the universe works. Vibratory rate. So the European being white, you can't synthesize light. So they vibrate to a higher frequency. And black
Keith, you're breaking.
all spectrum
Keith, you're breaking a little bit,
Okay,
but let me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You sound breaking up. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, earlier on you're breaking, but now I can hear you clearly. Yes, I agree with you, and thank you so much for
Hear me?
those.
So,
Yes,
you understand the black woman gotta be a fight. Africans have got to be in a fight to bring back the black woman's mind. Shout out to Dr. Mumbai who's learning all this, talking about it. I never thought that woman would get to actually know the truth. Was she was not understanding? Yes, it's the black woman. Yes, she's the closest thing to God, the real God, not the fake Jesus, not the fake
yeah.
Allah, the real Creator. She's the closest thing. Her world stays fucked up. If she doesn't get back her right mind and bring back her white power, that's why she got to talk from a child the truth and to know who she is as a child. You got to know that there's no one more superior than her on the planet.
That's correct.
She's on the bottom now. How does the black woman who's the top is now on the bottom of society globally? Go ahead, Calmie, you got it.
Yes,
So I
I agree with
Tokoloshi.
you. Have to research it before it gives you the goosebump. Yesterday, I just had the longest time trying to sleep because of all that I was reading about the Tokoloshis. They might definitely be real. And thank you so much.
Hold on. Somebody wants you guys to watch this fear porn. I want you guys to watch this. This Spike set you guys up. Also, you guys know you guys also got. You don't just got Netflix. You guys also know you guys got Amazon Prime Videos, right? You know that too, right? Don't you, Calmie?
Yes.
Don't know? Okay. I want you guys. You guys got Amazon Prime Videos under your name. You go, wow, shit, this road is fucked up, my man. Damn.
Okay, we'll get to.
Well, it's something I want you guys to watch over the weekend. It's a show called Them. It's on Amazon Prime. You go got Amazon Prime and type in my email, same way you do on Netflix. Password, I think, is the same as Netflix. And you go to a show called Them. You'll see how white people get off on black brutality. This is like porn for white people. It's a show a black woman made. Yeah, it's a show that a black woman made. Let you know that the black woman's mind is fucked up. If they give you some power and give you movement making ability, this black woman is dangerous to black people. This show is absolutely white porn. It's black terrorism porn.
My weekend is already made. I'm going to get the app, and Specs will get to show us through that. And it is good, we get to watch some of these shows because they get to really educate a lot, considering that right now we are existing in an era whereby people just want to believe what they read, people just want to believe what they watch, and that is it. And this actually reminds me of what I was also about to talk about today, that a lot of individuals have nowadays, they get to believe in memes, they get to believe in reading articles on social media, and that is it. These articles, they get to govern their daily activities. These articles, they get to be in charge of their actions, instead of, back then in the days, if you are going through something, you'll get to indulge, or maybe an elder person in the community get to tell them maybe what is bothering you, maybe life problems and so on, and they'll get to sit you down and talk to you one-on-one and give you some of their experiences in life as to what they had gone through, and that is it. So you'll come to realize that you're really, really not alone. But nowadays, people would rather just go to social media, maybe pour out their heart there for the sake of sympathy. And the next minute, before you know it, or you took that advice from someone online, or read an article online, and as a result, you not get to be really, really messed up. Okay, there's nothing bad with reading these articles, but some of these articles, the minds of the authors at times, they were really messed up when they were writing them. So I can say that, in terms of even what you are watching, in terms of what you're reading, it has highly affected, our day to daily activities. I don't know, Keith, if you get to agree on that.
About what? About social media? What about social media?
And not only about social media, the fact that people get to read articles, people get to watch maybe movies, and maybe some of these movies, perhaps they're going through that thing, but depending with what the author had in mind, in that maybe it is more of revenge, and some people have even decided to like imply what they have watched onto their daily basis, onto their daily lives, only for them to realize at the end as to how much they have messed up their lives just because they went ahead and followed, the script of someone, and got to, of course, imply it into their own lives, instead of asking like, maybe from parents, asking maybe relatives who might have gone through the same, and getting to have the advice on the way for dealing
Oh,
with
okay.
this.
Okay. You talking about somebody being influenced by social media
Yeah.
concerning something that's going on in their life,
Hmm.
and taking advice of social media instead of finding someone who actually lived through it that they know.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. Well, social media is the new it's a new form of communication, especially for the youth.
Hmm.
And like I said, in Africa, it's dangerous. In America, everywhere it's dangerous because people don't read anymore. They don't really have discernment. When you don't have discernment, you don't know how to discern what is actually viable to your psyche. When you don't have discernment and a level of understanding based in ignorance again, you have a level of education so you can discern what you're reading, you will take it at face value, Kevin. So everything on social media can't be taken
Hmm.
as face value. You must have some discernment and a critical eye and say, well, who wrote this? What is their agenda for writing it? And why should I follow them if I don't know who the fuck they are? What? That's called discernment. Why should I follow someone who
Yeah.
wrote some shit on social media and I have no idea of their life experiences, so I have no way to interject this in my own life. So I don't give a damn what somebody says on social media. Tell them to go kick rocks.
That's correct. That's correct. I agree. I agree with you regarding that. And it is good, you have to like get to take your time to evaluate, what you're reading before you just get to jump into it. And family, remember, this is all about entertainment as much as we get to update you on what is happening around in different African countries. I love to update you in terms of the music. The East Africa, and of course, East Africa is really taking it to another level. I do understand that also in the diaspora, you get to
I'm a,
jump to some of these
let me
songs.
let me let me tell you something that's funny, Kevin. You don't know. You think you're in East Africa, don't you?
Yeah.
You think you're in
Yeah,
Kevin. Huh?
of
Actually, you're not.
course.
You're in West Africa. See, that's something. Yep. I'll, I'll teach you later. You're not
Mhm.
in West
Keith, you're breaking up a little bit.
Africa.
Keith, I
Go
can't
ahead. You
hear
got it.
you.
I'm breaking up.
Go on, Keith.
Cammy, I'm breaking up, right? Am I breaking up?
Yes, yes, yes.
You said
It's
I'm
on
breaking
and
up,
off.
Cammy?
Right now, I can hear you.
You're actually
You're still breaking up for some reasons.
I'm breaking up. I'm in a bad area. I'm driving to a bad area.
Okay, Keith, as you get um to find a connectivity, I was just earlier on
7 o'clock
talking
here, right?
about. All right, I was just earlier on talking about uh East Africa before Keith got to say that you are in West Africa. Keith, can you hear me now clearly?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you clearly, but you can't hear me because I'm in. You said I'm in a bad. I have bad connection. I hear you
Yeah.
clearly, Cammy. But yes, you're
All right.
not. Yes, 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 you're not. I mean, East Africa. You're actually in
Mm-hmm.
West Africa. See, the globe that they show you is upside down, Cammy, as I taught you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The globe that you look at when the white man got control, he flipped the earth upside down in your mind. It's not really flipped upside down. But when you look at a map, Cammy, it's
Mm-hmm.
upside down. It's upside down. So when you look at a map, you think it's upside down. That's not the way maps look.
Mm-hmm.
700, 800 years ago, he flipped upside down. Europe is actually underneath. Africa is in the north. It's over top of. It's over top of Europe. You're like, wow, that's the fact. Say, well, Keith, how do
Yes.
you know that?
Like,
Because Cammy, and
mm-hmm.
that's a fact. Cause like that's not that's a fact, Cammy. The earth is upside down. They flipped the map upside down because the European is a psychopath. So little bit of Europe, he wanted to put it over Africa, but that's not the way the Earth looks. That's not the way the Earth looks. He
Mm-hmm.
flipped the map upside down. Okay, so if you go to ancient maps, Africa is on top of Europe. Africa is flipped upside down. That's why. Um, he said, "Well, Keith, how you know that? Because I know how energy flows. I told you the black woman is the most superior individual. Energy flows, Cammy, from feminine, female to masculine. So if you look at any hurricane, any cyclone, any like you got a hurricane, a cyclone, what they call it? What do they call it when I was in Asia?
Tornadoes.
A typhoon,
Tornadoes.
same thing. Hurricane, typhoon, or hurricane, right? Am I breaking
Mm-hmm.
up?
No, I can hear you.
Am I breaking up again, Cammy? Am I breaking
No, I
up?
can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you clearly.
A hurricane, cyclone. Okay. Okay, a hurricane, a cyclone, a typhoon is the same weather phenomenon, just called different things in different parts of the world. It's the same thing. When you're in the northern hemisphere, Cammy, it's the real northern hemisphere. A cyclone or a hurricane would go clockwise. Clockwise energy is masculine. Feminine energy is counterclockwise. So when you're in the real southern hemisphere, any cyclone, hurricane, or typhoon will go counterclockwise. So every time you look at a hurricane hitting the United States, it's counterclockwise. It's feminine energy. So that means the United States is not in the northern hemisphere. It's in the southern hemisphere. They flipped the planet upside down on the map. So if you look at the
Wow.
cyclone, look
New
at the
information.
cyclone. I want you look at the cyclone. Look at the cyclone, Cammy. Images of the cyclone that was
Mm-hmm.
hitting Madagascar. Put up images of the cyclone that hit Madagascar. We'll prove this before we get out of here, before you get done. I want to show you this. This is African science that you know nothing about. This is African. I want to make this clear. This is how smart the African once was. It's African. This is why this should have been taught in the schools, because this is African. So you don't even know that you're in West Africa. You're not in East Africa. Kenya sits in West Africa.
Most of the time they get to tell us something else. Let me just get to share these images, and it's
Well,
we'll get to
we're
realize
educated.
soon.
We're educated by our enemies. Yes.
Yeah, soon you'll get to
Go
realize
ahead,
that
Cameron.
we've been living a lot of. I'm saying soon you'll get to realize that you've been living a lot of lies, because this information is given to us
Right.
at a tender age. So it is very hard to like change it when someone is already grown, when someone is already an adult.
Yeah, exactly. From a child. Yeah, you program. Okay, now look at the images of that storm. No, 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 no. Show me the image, not the fallout. Show me the actual storm over water. Yeah, there you go. Now look at it. You see, it's clockwise. The storm is going clockwise, Cammy. You see that the
Hmm.
arms of the outer arms. That storm is going clockwise. That means it's going around towards the right. That's masculine energy. Masculine energy can only be in the northern hemisphere. That lets you know that Africa sits in the north, not the south. So now you see that, right? That's clockwise, and
Hmm.
everything. Because I told you, energy flows from the woman because she's the most superior to the male. So now, Tammy, I want you to put images of hurricanes hitting the United States. The images of hurricanes, which that's what that is right there. But the images of hurricanes hitting the United States, and you're going to see those are counterclockwise. The images of hurricanes hitting the United States, and that hurricane is going to be counterclockwise, meaning it's feminine energy. And so we know that the black woman is the most superior energy flows from feminine to masculine. That's how your car works. When you have your battery, there's a feminine pole and a masculine pole, or your car don't go. That's how energy works. Yeah, so pull up. Yeah, so if you look at, okay, now you see that? Cam, you see that thing is going counterclockwise. See that?
Exactly.
It's going counter. It's going different than the other one. It's
Mm.
counter. That's a feminine hurricane. It's feminine energy. And so we know energy flows from the woman to the man. It's like if you knew about your African tradition, this is how sex works. When you're making love, this is how sex works. It's a flow of masculine and feminine energy to create a child. So that's how the universe works. But the African has been dumbed down. But so they flip the earth upside down in your mind on the map so you won't know how energy flows. Everything the European has taught Africans is a lie.
View. That is some new
The United States
information.
sits in the south, not the north.
Mhm.
America is not North America. It's South America. South America is North America. But they did that on purpose so the
Mm.
African would know how to rise spiritually. See, the African shamans know all this. Unless you can tell me this, I know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about as an African shaman. This is all African knowledge. This is not my knowledge. This and the African knows this. That's how I learned it from the African shaman. This is African knowledge. I was like, motherfucker. This no good cracker and flip the world upside down in my mind, in our mind.
Their own benefits.
This wicked
Because,
ass bastard. Yeah, because he's
because
trying to make sure we don't rise spiritually. I was like, motherfucker. And then I went to the African shaman, this African shaman in Chicago, and then also in Burkina Faso, and also down in Tanzania. He said, yes, young man, the world is not as you see it. I was like, what do you mean? This white man got power and flipped it. When you look at the map is upside down. I'm like, what? What? How the fuck can it be flipped upside down? But that's what you see in your mind. But as you if you was in space, the map would look completely different. I said, well, why would he do that shit? For power. Because you as a spiritual being, if you don't know how energy flows, when the body
mm,
dies, you do not know how to raise your vibration. This wicked ass cracker. It's some wicked ass shit. So most
He had to learn
Africans,
everything about
you
himself.
don't know. Yeah, so when you think you sit in East Africa, Cammy, you do not.
Mhm.
You're in West Africa. You're not even East Africa. You're West Africa.
Hmm.
That's a
Uh,
fact.
it's some information
And you
that is
don't
just
know that.
blowing my mind.
and
And
that, that's just
go on.
that's just say, put us up, Cammy. Say the ancient images of the globe upside down. Say. Put in Google images of the globe or images of the earth. Image maps. Let me see. Excuse me. Damn. Images of the earth. Images of map. Images of the earth's map. Damn. And you'll see until the white man got power, the globe, the maps are actually correct. But we don't know that. We're educated by this wicked ass beast. Because they don't think the ancients didn't know how the earth was, Cammy. When they got power, they flipped the earth upside down in our mind. And when you look at the map, it's upside down.
Yes, this is what I'm seeing. Let me just share
Like,
it.
yeah. Okay. Damn, my phone about to go out.
There you go, Keith. Keith, can you hear me? All right, as we wait on Keith, I was earlier on updating you on some of the trending songs. Let me now say in Africa. We do have Harmonize all the way from Tanzania featuring Awilo Logomba. I believe you have interacted with this guy. He is known, of course, to perform some great Congolese music, and the song is a hit. We also do have Kiss Daniel all the way from Nigeria, and these
Yeah, that's
are,
it, Cammy. Can you hear me? That's it.
yes, I can hear you.
That's the way the globe actually look
Mhm.
when they showing you. When they showing you, the white man is flipped down the earth upside down in our mind. When you look at the map, it's upside down now.
Yes, yes, I can tell that.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I
I hear
can
you,
hear you.
Cammy. Go ahead.
I think there's an echo on. Is it my side or your side? But there's an. Yes, Keith, I can hear you.
It's on my side, Cammy.
All right. All right.
That's why I try. That's why I try to teach you guys. Don't call yourself East African or West African. Those are lies. Africans went all throughout Africa, and you think you're an East African. You're not. You're not even in East Africa. You're actually in West Africa.
Exactly. For example, from this map right here, where I'm pointing the cursor at.
Yeah, but you got to turn that upside down because the map is upside down. You got to flip that upside. You got to turn that all the way upside down. That's when he flipped the world right there. See, that's upside down right there. That's the way we see it, but that's wrong. You got to flip that upside down. You got to turn it around. That's when he got power. He flipped the earth in your mind. When he started making maps, he flipped it up by putting Europe on top of Africa. Europe is actually in the south. It's south of Africa. He flipped the map upside down because he's a psychopath. White people are psychopaths, Cammy. They seek dominance. So he wanted to say he was more dominant than African. And so they flipped the earth upside down That's a lie. Africa, South Africa is North Africa, Spike. I mean, Calmie. It's not South. South Africa sits in the north of Africa, not in the south. The South Pole is the North Pole. The North Pole is actually the South Pole. So let me prove this to you also, Cam, so you even know this too. That you know I'm not even on the map, that I'm not lying to you.
No. I've seen it. I've now seen it, and I'm still shocked, as to what I have been learning in school is totally different.
Yeah. So why? He said, I'm sitting in East Africa. The hell you are in East Africa. I'm not even in the West. America's not in the West, it's in the East. They flipped it up. America is in the southeast of the planet, not the northwest. It's a lie.
This is some new information that people really need. People really need to know to get to understand the history much more. And of course, Kit, I agree with you because some of this information is quite mind blowing, and getting to debate with people, you definitely have to show them by example. You have to show them more prove it to them, and you've just proved to me, and
Well,
I'm still
that's why
it's blood.
that's why it's easy to prove. They can't lie because if you know how energy works, when you open up your car, Cam, it has a battery in it, don't it? Your car has a battery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your car has a battery. It has a positive and negative charge. It has the positive charge is the masculine charge. I don't like to say positive, negative. It has a feminine charge and a masculine charge the battery has. If you don't have a feminine and a masculine charge, the car would never start. That's why you can't have baggage-free. You can't have two lesbians or a lesbian would be negative, a negative pole. A man would be positive pole. That means you couldn't get a spark. That's why it's against universal law. That's why it's against universal law, Cammy. Because the universe works from feminine to masculine energy. So when I show you that the hurricanes, one hurricane has what? Masculine energy. Another hurricane has feminine energy. So depending, if you know how energy works, how it flows, it's how you get electricity, how everything works. If you know energy flows from the woman to the man, you know that they flipped the planet upside down in your mind. Because that means the southern hemisphere is the woman. The northern hemisphere is the man. Because energy flows from the woman to the man. She's the most, that's why when you're making love, a woman has more energy. She can go all night. A man can't. If a man, safe to say it, has an orgasm, he's wiped out. He's like, oh shit, I'm wiped out. I gotta wait. A woman, that's just nature, Cameron. A woman can go all damn night and she has more energy. She is the superior energetic form. That's why I try to teach you. She's the closest thing to God. That's a fact. You see it in nature. You see this. Not what the white man told you. Some white man is God. That's not in nature. Nature's showing you that the black woman is the closest thing to God. That's what nature's showing you. Even when you make love. When the man's wiped out, when he has an orgasm, he's like, oh, I gotta wait. Woman ain't gotta wait. Woman can still go. Man said, hold on, give me 5 minutes, baby. Let me work myself back. Woman. Because she has more energy. She's the superior being. That's a fact. And it has nothing to do, and the African knew that. White man wouldn't say, no, I'm a man. The man, it's not, nature shows you. And that's why when you look at nature and I show you those hurricanes, that's how I know that the feminine energy is the strongest. It flows from her to the man. That's why that hurricane going hit the United States. That would be the southern hemisphere of the United States, not the northern hemisphere, because energy flows from the woman to the man. So me knowing that, I know the hurricane that hit Mozambique is masculine. So that means Africa is in the northern hemisphere, not the southern. They flipped the planet upside down on the maps and taught that shit to everybody when they got power. It's a lie.
Mm-hmm.
How I know that? Because I know African knowledge. That's African. So much love, man. Hope we talk. Hope Calmie mind is blown. Boom.
I'm still like Joby fainted. Joby fainted that the information we just put across.
But things I gotta teach Joby. Joby's mind is completely messed up. Her mind is colonized. That's why I want you guys. I sent you guys a video. I told Spikes to make you guys watch. It's on the network. The video you guys gotta watch before you go home. It's mandatory. And I need Joby to watch it. I use white people so she won't think it's bullshit. I use because her mind is colonized. We said Calmie's not doing none of the. Calmie doesn't have her mask on. She's not doing none of the What she say? None of the none of the recommendations. Whatever the hell she said. So you're gonna listen to this doctor tell you that the mask is dangerous, like we did on the show yesterday with Zoe. That the masks are dangerous and they know it. But I'm gonna let the white doctor tell you. A white doctor, clinical doctor in America, is gonna tell you the truth about the mask, and what's going on, right? Everything you believe, and when you've been taught as a child, is a lie. I didn't make the lie. I'm just trying to free your African mind. What I'm teaching you is African. And it's the most highest science on the planet. And it's a fact. It's a fact. That's why no white people challenge me, because they know what I'm saying is a fact. Sorry, Joby. White Jesus is not your God. Sorry. I know you've been raised to believe white Jesus is the God. No, he's not. Sorry. Go ahead, Calmie, you got it.
Yes, we are definitely going to watch it immediately after. It's just like said earlier on, we were about to play it. But thank you so much, Kit, for your sentiments, for your new information on a daily basis. We highly appreciate that. This is the type of conversation you'll be having with someone, and they will like,
yeah, they can. But the African mind has been dissolved, has been devolved, Calmie, because of colonialism. He's been made ignorant and stupid. And so he's been told to hate his ancestors who were geniuses. You've been told nonsense from a lesser people, as I taught you. And I don't think Joby knows this yet, but you know it, that you taught the European, Calmie. European didn't teach you. He came back and conquered you. But for them to conquer you, you taught them. So the images of Europeans before they conquered Africa. They were living in ignorance, filth, and disease. That's their history. That's a fact. It was the African that went in, taught his ass how to read and write, taught him how to wash his ass, taught him how to put on clothes. These are facts. They want to now. I mean, most white people tell you the truth about, we know it was you. So what? We conquered you niggas. That's what they tell you. And then they distorted your own history. And they start giving you lies as a child. You were told all your ancestors are evil and stupid and backward. You're like, okay, white daddy. Give me white Jesus. Like, what? There can't be no white God higher than a black woman. No white man. Just think of this like I taught you guys. White people have to wear what? Suntan lotion to be on the planet. What white God created the planets that he can't function on naturally, Calmie? The white Jesus that you worship has got to put on that suntan shit. You don't. You know why you don't? Because the true God is black. That's why you are synthesized with the nature of the earth, not white people. You are. And that's why they're jealous of you and hate you. Ain't no white guy that built no universe. He's got to run around putting all kind of cake soap on and shit. Let me put this suntan lotion on. I'm burning. I'm burning. I created the universe and it's burning me up.
I agree. I agree with you, Keith. And I'll just. All right, all right, all right. So thank you so much, Keith, for that. Of course, for your sentiments. Guys, we'll have to end the show because we do have the other shows as to just a few minutes.
Much love, fam. I'm blowing Joby's mind. I love when I was blowing Ruby's eyes, mom, but her mom got scared. Oh no, you gotta quit. They're talking about going against white Jesus. Lady. Yeah, Ruby. That's how we lost Ruby's eye, Cammy. Her mama got scared. Her mama was scared when we were teaching her. It's scared of the death. I said, lady, 150 years ago, white Jesus didn't exist in Zimbabwe. The cracker brought you that lie. So don't be scared. No, Ruby, you got to quit. You got to quit. They're talking about going against white Jesus, Ruby's eye. Ruby's eye, you got to quit.
But it's all about how you decide, to appreciate information that is given to you. But guys, we have come to the end of the show because we do have other shows.
Much love, family. If you guys, I gotta poke a little fun at Kimberly. If you guys look at Cammie's face, you've never seen Cammie's face this fat ever. She's got the pregnant woman glow. So congratulations to her. I've never seen Cammie's face this round in my life. So much love. So good. At least she didn't help. So shout out to her. Shout out to Cammie. Cammie's got the fat face of pregnancy. So much love, family.
Yes, I'm added. Bye, Keith, and do have a good day. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into the show. And also remember to keep it the Black Power Network Media for the 21st century. We'll get to interact on the other shows that are coming just a few minutes from now. We can't wait to hit the gym now that Keith is, of course, that is just Keith anyway. But thank you so much for tuning into the show and keep it the Calmie African Diary Show. And remember, this has been the Black Power Network Media for the 21st century.
Baby girl, I like the way you are. This is bad. And your biggie bad.